our game number 2, and let's head on over to our second game, Draft.
Yes.
Alright, so earlier we saw a ban on the Murad and the, I believe, was it the memory gap?
Zephys.
Yeah,
Zephys,
yes,
exactly.
right. The one that was split pushing like crazy on the bot lane.
Exactly.
Nakita nila yung power ni Gido dun sa Murad na yun. They banned it, and right now Murad is on.
Senil?
Hold on.
Oh,
They not ban.
They did not ban.
They did not ban.
interesting.
Okay, so if they did not ban, then that means Senil is open, pero most likely, tingnan mo to, priority talaga nila tong Chogdar pick. Will they pair it up with an Alice again? What are they gonna pick dito sa new era? Because it seems like they're the kind of team na sobrang flexible. I mean, they obviously know what they're doing in terms of rotations, but again, no hesitation whatsoever, kukunin nila tong Senil na to.
My question is, was that a bait by New Era? Did they think that we're not gonna ban this, they're gonna first pick this, and then we're gonna try to counter it? So, ang counter na pinik nila, Violet, Senil. Does that work well on Chognar though?
Actually, but you mentioned Zephys also has been banned kanina.
Yeah.
Yes.
And now, because it's open, and a lot of things are open right now, Chognar, Malok, Zephys, one of the really favorite picks here from a lot of teams at the PPGL. And we're gonna see what kind of dynamic they're gonna set up, because most likely they would want to dive into the squishies as early as they can, and they're capable of doing so. But again, Alice and Senil, the combo supports that we've been looking for and we've been seeing sa mga past games that worked so well.
This is basically a restart, a rehash of what happened kanina. Parang pinalitan lang nila AD carry. They slapped on a Violet, then they slapped on a Lubu to replace their engage. But otherwise, on the other side though, triple tank, almost quadruple tank, in my opinion.
All right, so looks like we're gonna redraft. So,
Yes.
but looking at the plans there, Kriknak has been seeing a lot of popularity in the PPGL, although hindi siya common sa ibang tournaments. I wonder what the mindset is in terms of, playing the Kriknak here.
I think mostly for assassination purposes that
Right.
can serve also as a tank. I love that Kriknak plays both of those roles. He can sub as a tank when needed, but he also can go assassin mode if their team opts into a more what do you call this, beefier lineup.
Beefy.
So okay sa Kriknak pangwasak ng backline because of the jumping. Ang hirap niyang pigilan. So who knows? We might be able to see it again. I would love to see Kriknak, by the way.
Definitely. And how about you, Arctic? I know that you're a support player by default.
Yep.
What are you seeing dito sa meta sa ating PPGL, knowing the fact that Senil and Alice has always been paired sa mga matches natin?
Yeah, I think I'd have to agree with Rockhart. They just make an excellent combo. And nakakita na natin yung I think that was a clear demonstration right there in game 1. We kind of lack the we don't have the same beefy tanks that the other team might have had, pero it's easily compensated by the fact that all the utility that is brought onto the table by both the Senior as well as the Alice just heavily compensates for that, and it actually grants a little bit more flexibility than just those additional shields and what extra boosts that benefit the entire team.
Because the thing about having more tanks is that nababawasan ka, obviously. It's common sense. Mabawasan ka ng damage output.
Yes.
If you know that your team can go around that, they can play damagers, and they can still not die and take some damage without completely dying. Those are the moments where you can pick an Alice and just go full offense.
All right. So meron nga tayong nakitang mga moments where Senil is super duper, what do you call this? Still alive and managed to kill someone before falling down in a, I don't know, 3v1 situation. But anyway, I'm so excited for game number 2. So, ipapasa na natin sa mga casters natin, Astra and Butters. Take it away again.
Alright, so game number 2 will go underway in a bit, but we were actually, kind of talking about what was gonna happen with these compositions. I actually saw the analyst desk, they were talking about how Zenial and Alice were such a good combination, right? But they actually hovered over the Lumber. I actually wanted to see if the Lumber would have been better here, because since SGX actually picked that up with the the bug. I can't pronounce it for the life of me. The Cricknack. There you go. I think it's going to be super difficult for Will New Era here to actually keep this Joker and Violet alive just because there's so much dive as well as initiation coming out from SGX. What do you think?
And I think the Lumber is a good pick for the side of Will and E, but I think the Alice is better because looking at the lineup here for SGX, they just want to reach the Violet in the backlines.
Yeah.
They don't have anything, they're not thinking about anything. So what Will and E did was to get the Alice for the protection, then tried to get the Joker for more damage. I mean, if they do get the Violet, they still have the Joker for their damage output.
Okay. I'm going to agree with that. And at the same time, like I did say that was just for the side of SGX. But the fallback strat here that I kind of saw from Will New Era is aside from Bentz getting his Zenial once again, is that NE here, or I'm just going to call him Neil because it's like 17 IL. Neil here on the Lubu is actually a pretty good hero to go for the split push. So we have two heroes that can actually provide pressure on the other lanes. While I guess Will New Era has, the other three to try to go for some backline damage or at least some really nifty fancy footwork marksmanship damage. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about?
And Miggy here just going for the rotations. I mean, they're trying to make their lanes better for their laners. I mean, Miggy here and the Alice is just rotating and just harassing everyone, the enemy lane here, and they will try to go for the push. And objective-wise, this is very, very good for the side of Will and E. They are actually choking out Samurai Gamers X here very, very quickly.
Bottom side, though, it's going to be the fight for the Abyssal Dragon, but not today. No way, Jose. And here comes Awa, actually going to go aggressive onto Neil right now, taking quite a bit of damage. He's going to get a little bit of the support coming in from Zenial as he uses the ultimate, knocks up the one, but into the backline, Kratos is actually going to be able to provide some support for his team, but he's just outside of the safety zone, or actually of the support zone that he wants to give for his comrades. And at the same time here, or at least a follow-up right now for Will New Era, is to be able to take them out one after the other. And there you go, in the blink of an eye, one top turret, 4 kills, but the Abyssal Dragon goes to SGX.
And Miggy here not even bothering to help out his team, just taking down the towers, just shoving down the lanes. He doesn't want to give any lane pressure or lane control here for the side of SGX, but here comes Exile trying to go for Miggy, and Miggy with the tumble out. He will survive.
That's true, and I mean, this is super fast, Butters. I was talking about, like, I was just only thinking that the 3-man rotation squad here for Will New Era would be Alice, Joker, and the Violet, but they actually went for a different variant that they have a tank as well. So this is actually allowing them to go for these small sieges that allow them to get turrets quickly, while at the same time isn't too, I would say, easy to dive upon, because you have the tanks, or at least the tanks, to peel off anybody who wants to go in, and of course the support of the Alice.
And they just want to get the lane control. I mean, getting an extra Might Sage buff is actually pretty good for the side of Will and E here. They have 2 DPS carries here, the Joker and the Violet. If you give them both the Might Sage buff, I don't think that the tankiness of SGX here will be a factor in the coming team fights. But here comes Peepot. Peepot getting stunned, and Peepot with the counter initiation. Miggy going in, but Yuri is there. He's trying to take him down. Miggy trying to run away, but the heal is there. Yuri here is in a bad spot. The protection coming out here from that Alice. And here comes Bentz trying to take down Peepot. Gamp trying to get in the fray, and Lumber will go down. Exile as well in the middle of the fight, trying to help his allies, but it seems he will go down as well. And canned laughter, but the Alice will take the kill.
Yeah, and the Chognar are going to be another casualty here in the war between SGX and NE, or New Era. As you saw there, Lubu was just keeping the Malik pasted in the bottom lane, not allowing him to actually rotate to the top lane, so maybe have given an edge for SGX. While at the same time, because of that transition, and because they have the Violet here, they're going to be able to keep getting turrets or towers so quickly that SGX cannot find that recuperative objective. You know, they can't go for their own turret tower themselves. There's still like nothing taken away from New Era, and maybe just Abyssal Dragon, but at the end of the day, Abyssal Dragon for me isn't the biggest objective to
Yep.
get right now, considering when all of your towers are taken out.
Yeah, and at the same time, Will and here is doing a great job of actually securing farm for their carries, not in terms of laning, but in taking the kills. I mean, if you're going to reach the Violet in the backlines, make sure you can burst her down,
Yeah.
or else she will burst you down. That is what will happen in the late game here. But Cruz and the squad, they're not actually doing their plan here. But Peapod,
Yeah, and I mean, like, I guess they are trying to do their plan, but the problem is, if you can see it, Miggy is having a holding hands session with Rubik's, never leaving the sight of the Violet. This Alice is just meshed in with the Violet just to make sure that the Violet can do what she does without having any fear of being dove upon by SGX. And even though they got the Chognar for the cleanse on the crowd control, I mean, after that, when the Alice has her rotations back again and the Violet is still standing, it's going to be super difficult here for SGX to make anything happen. They're going to be able to actually connect a little bit of crowd control onto the Alice, but there you go. Brett's going to go in once again with the Zenial, going into the backline, absorbing all of the damage from that tower, and they're going to be going aggressive. Can they go for the kill? Not yet, not just yet. We're going to calm down a little bit. But Miggy is going to not lose his mind, but just go aggressive to push back SGX even further. No kills yet for the blue side team.
in terms of the Violet's items here, he could have actually taken that Peapod lumber down, but still, great job to the SGX team here, not giving any more kills. But they need to stop the bleeding. They need to stop Will from taking the towers. If they do take this tower, I don't think they can come back from this. But here comes the initiation. Gab.
Oh, nice pick off onto the Joker here. He might actually falter right now, but there is a huge knockup coming in from Uira, bringing it back. The Lupo going a little bit wild in the backline. Here goes aggression, slashing with his spear, actually piercing them through, and that core is gonna be exposed. And ladies and gentlemen, 7 minutes and 30 seconds, 12 kills to none, 24,000 to 13,000, and New Era claim victory with, I think, one of the fastest games we've seen in the tournament.
And not letting Samurai Gamers X lane, not letting them secure their farm. I mean, they were just very proactive in the map, not giving any space here for Samurai Gamers X to actually group up, then fight as 5. They always took the fights that they want. Will and E, they forced a lot of fights and they won a lot of fights. And I think that led to the 12-0 win. This is a flawless victory for the side of Will and E.
Yeah, and at the end, in the ultimatum of it all, I didn't see Pippa actually have that big of an impact with the lumbar. If you can see, he's only level 7 compared to his other teammates who are like almost at least 9 or 10. But yeah, we're just going to give it to our analysts now to give a much deeper insight to that. So you guys know what to do. Take it away.
Thank you very much, Butters. And